and
Yeah.
we'll get into
Amazing.
this. And then honestly, if
Amazing.
there's any questions, I'm not gonna share my screen, but I have written something up. So if I don't see your question, maybe just butt in and
Yeah.
let me know. But I have been running these honestly probably since May. So I've got funny story. I'll tell you a story which you all like laugh, but don't do because I wouldn't recommend it. So my youngest son, I've got two kids of my own. I've got a stepdaughter who's 17, but I've got a 2.5-year-old, and then I've got a 15-month-old. And the youngest two are 15 months apart. So they're like full nappies, like just honest to God, today my husband got home. I was like, I'm just gonna have 10 minutes, like just give me 10 minutes by myself. Anyway, my second son came early and I was like, oh, and I was running for the Fiji AIT trip last year. And I was like, oh my God, I need to do this massive sale. I'm so close to earning this Fiji trip. I really want to do it. So I like literally put through like 4,500 QV. And all it,
Wow.
like, I'll show you how to do it. But all these orders, I was like, yeah, I'm going to make it. And this was May last year. And then 2 days later, after doing that sale, I gave birth early, only 37 weeks, but I didn't think it was going to be that early. So then I got home from the birthing unit with like all these boxes. And I was like, oh my God, this is like the last thing I want to do is go through all of these orders. But what I also did for that, because I was in such momentum, which I can talk about soon, is that like I had actually I gave these incentives to people in the chat saying like, hey, like if you want to earn products or if you want to earn discount on your next order, you could get your friends together and do a party for me. And so like once you get to know me, you'll know that I'm very like when I say I do something, I'll do it. So I had organized an online party on Wednesday, the 18th of May, and I know that date because my son was born the 17th of May last year. And do you know what I did? I freaking did the party breastfeeding my newborn baby in the birthing unit. And I did not
Oh, you
recommend doing
know.
it, but I was like, honestly, my mindset, I was like, I want to go to Fiji and take my babies. I want a
Yeah.
holiday. I'm massive on
Yeah.
travel. And that's everyone finds their own incentives doing this business. And I'm like really incentivized of holidays and travel. Like I'm not like into material things. I love travel. So don't do that because honestly, it was just such a juggle and he didn't latch well and blah, 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 blah. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to talk to so basically like online sales is something that you can do and you can choose the discount. So if you haven't got a pen and paper, just get your notes out. But
Got a pen and paper.
yeah, probably going like yeah. So if you've been around a while and feeling a bit flat, or if you're like just need a boost of confidence, like this is something that you can do yourself or get your team to do to kind of bring a bit of spark back in as well. And it's also good to build that motivation that can kind of like, or can kick you back into a bit of momentum as well. So we're all going to learn how to rock your Facebook Messenger parties and implement it. You could even like do one this week. Okay. So I want to tell you about the last couple ones I've done and how I've done them. And like, just like the process of how I went about them. The first thing and the biggest note is that these parties, they need to be fun and you need to bring the energy. Okay. Like your energy will attract your people, but also your customers will love to support you because they can see how excited you are about your business. They can see how into it. They can see how serious you are. And like people just love to be around fun people. And I reckon like it's really easy to understand this if you go into the room with opposite. If you go into the room with like really like negative or like down people and like depressed, like you just feel like your energy sucked out of them. So like you want to be the complete opposite because that like attracts people. It's like energy attracts energy. So you could do this by like videos. You could just do it like I speak with emojis. So some of this text, which I'll send you a link in the boards app. I like to use Sammy Reed as an example because she talks like, hey, girlie, hey, gorgeous, sweet pea, or whatever. Like, I just don't talk like that, but she can get away with it because, like, that's how she talks. Like, she talks so nicely to everyone and she puts all these different sweet little girly stuff, whatever. But I don't sound like that. So, like, some of these templates might have a bit of emojis in them. That's how I talk. So, obviously, put them to you. But when you're sending invites, it sounds so silly, but go do a dance party. Okay, so I like have young kids. I get up, I don't wake up with energy, but like I have a dance party when I'm making breakfast with my kids in the morning because it gives me that energy and like you're in. Can you tell I'm talking about energy? Like if you haven't got a lot of this, bring it into your life because people are attracted to it, and or whatever gets you excited. Write out some informations and then do your invites because that energy will flow through your phone. Honestly, you can probably tell there'll be times where you feel flat, there'll be times where you're like, I don't want to do this business. Like never send a text when you're in that state because it will come through and you've probably just lost that opportunity with someone. So yeah, energy is massive. And I also highly recommend voice notes and give them like an example why you want to do this. And with those voice notes, you always want to put it on them. Like what's in it for them? Like how can this help them? So for example, someone might be, they've been bloated for a while or they've been in and out of your inbox or in and out of your DMs and like they're just not committing to their green gut glow. And then you could be like, hey, Lauren, I'm just wanted to reach out to you. I'm going to be running this really fun sale with giveaways and like games. I'm going on the top of my head. And I remembered how we were talking about how you suffer from a lot of bloating and you really just have a lot of discomfort from it or XYZ, whatever. I'm wondering if you want to jump into the sale chat, you might want to check it out. There might be things that can help you like relieve this pain. I just made that off the top of my head, but like speak to them and how they can help them rather than saying, hey, I'm going to have like this big sale and there's lots of products on sale. Do you want to jump in? Because they don't really get what's in it for them. Like, that could be something else you can write down what's in it for them. What's in it for them. That's such a good one. So people love a good deal, but people love it even more when it's interactive. So this is where like games and quizzes come in. Once again, I've got these in a little template as well. So I've got quizzes in there, but you can also change it up and find your own. Like there's some girls in my team who they come up with way better quizzes than me. I'm not like, I feel like in a team you need to bounce off people's like I'm really good at like systems and like doing stuff. Like say for example, I've broken this down and made like a little app and like literally broken the whole process down for my team. Whereas like someone like Glenna, she's like the fun, like we went to this Discover Arbonne on Tuesday night and she told our whole team we need to wear crowns. I don't know if you saw on Instagram, but all like wearing these little crowns because it's like it was just fun. And I was like, oh, I've never thought of doing that. So like we just bounce off each other's energy. So find what your strength for your team and work with it. Okay, so let's break this down. Let's say, for example, it's Thursday night and you run a sale on the Sunday. Okay, we're going to break it down, like implement ASAP. So if we're all going to do one, let's say on Sunday, we want to work backwards. Okay, so today and tomorrow could be the first day of you sending out messages. Also just saying that you also want to pick a date where like I wouldn't suggest a Friday or a Saturday night because those people are like a lot of people going out on a Friday, a lot of people going out on Saturday. Pick a day of the week where probably you're going to find people at home on their phones because you can literally run this off your phone. And then you kind of want to work backwards from that. So you all want to be doing like maybe a 3 or a 4 day build up. Okay. So my suggestion would be, Sunday. So Thursday could be a really good day to start these messages, same as Friday. And get people excited for this chat. Just start adding them in, send these texts. And then what you can do is the day before, people who haven't replied or people who have maybe seen and ghosted you, I always say seen because you always reply back, always ask them again. You send them another follow-up text, and this is in the boards app as well, and just say like, so just to prompt them to join the message again, the chat again, and they will join. There's people who always join last minute, and I'm like a pure example of that because I literally just I do everything last minute or like deadlines. I'm like prioritizing like this isn't due till then. I'll do it last day of the month or whatever. And that's why the end of month is always massive because people leave like sales to the end of the month. So You also need to pick, oh, I'm going back and forth here. I missed something. Oh, so with the follow-up for the Wednesday, which is the day before, you also want to ask people who are in the group. You want to ask them something like if there's been anything they've been interested in, or have they had their, maybe they're following on Instagram, been like, maybe they've been interested in the Green Dot Glow or anything. And that's going to prompt them to tell you what they've been interested in. And then you make sure whatever they say is in the sale chat, because they're probably going to buy it. So that's a key thing, is like, it's all in the follow-up before and after. Okay. Where am I in my chat? And then the sale. So you've also got to pick what your discount is. There's different ways of doing this. And when I get my girls who are new to do it, I just do the 20%. Because even for us, even for a customer, 20% is a normal discount. If you put in the sale retail price, let's say the Green Gut Glow, over in New Zealand, I'm going to put New Zealand Australia, but in New Zealand, the Green Gut Glow is 254. So even if you put 254 and then on sale 20% off is 203, that will look like a massive like $50 discount for them, even though it's 20% off. So if you did like 35% off, which ends up being 165 for New Zealand, I'm not sure what your prices are, sorry, but that's like consultant price. You can do that, but just remember when you use these host perks awards, or you're putting, I would suggest using host perks awards because they go through a customer account, so have a dummy account. Do you guys have dummy accounts? Do you know
No.
that? Okay.
Can you talk me through that? Yeah.
I was going to say, okay, you're missing out. So dummy accounts are where, and this might be different over there because over where I live, like there's a lot of people who live like within 15 to 20 minutes of me, so it's quite close. So if I do these big bulk orders, I can just do them to me and then figure out shipping later, figure out deliveries later. But what you can do
Yep.
is, I have an account with my husband's name on it, and it's a
Yeah.
custom account. And so if I get Joe
Yeah.
over there wants to order a fizz, and then Lisa over there wants to order a bag of protein, and then someone else wants to order some toothpaste or whatever. And if it gets over that 180, I think it's 180 AU or 200 New Zealand, which is that threshold for free shipping and free gift,
35.
I put it through there because I charge them customer price, so they are saving on shipping. Also, when I combined it, I'm not paying shipping because I'm putting it through the customer account, but either I can claim the free gift for myself or I can use it for freebies to give away. And so that way you also
Yeah.
get a commission as well. So that's a
Yeah.
really good way to have a dummy account. If you get people, like you might have friends and family who just want to order one thing, but they don't want to commit to account. And I
Yeah.
used to be like, oh man, like, why don't you just commit to your own account? Like, what's happening? You know, but if you think about this business, you want to think about long term. And there's a lot of people who have just done one-off orders for like a box of fizz to start. And they've ended up becoming a customer because they've got products in their hands, you know.
Yeah.
So but it's the way you talk to people as well. You can always talk to people about 90-day back money guarantee to ensure like that way they can be a customer, and if all fails they can get a refund, whatever. But yeah, so don't
Mm-hmm.
ever feel like yeah, like a one-off order and put it, yeah, that's why you can still get commission, but you can also get products in the hand. I find they do end up, if you're following up and looking after them long term, they end up becoming a customer. So that is what you could
Yeah.
do.
So what if, like if I was to promote a secret sale on my Instagram, just like popped it in my stories, what if um so someone that's already a customer of mine, a PC, jumps in and they want that. Obviously they're already getting that 20% discount. How do you then offer them like a discount so they're getting a
Oh,
discount on top of their 20% because they're going to see that and think, oh, like I'm going to get it's a sale, I'm going to get it cheaper than what I usually get it.
so you could then choose it. So there is, I think it's still active. You can choose a different discount. So if you say, and this is where you need to know who you're trying to do it for. So
Yeah.
you could do a 30% discount because I think that's with um so it's kind of 35% is what we get. So like just
Yeah.
35% basically means you'll probably get a lot more orders, but you won't get commission, but you do get the
Yeah.
coupon. And I've done a lot of this
Yeah.
in the past, and it pays off now, but like in the interim, you're kind of not getting paid for it. But if you think of this as a long-term goal, like I've got a massive customer base now, and I did a lot of that through 35% off.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, and I'm trying to obviously get to DM this month, so it's a good month. So my
Yes.
focus is QV,
Yeah.
and the next few months is probably just going to be QV based until I've got that
Yeah.
recurrent customer base.
Yeah. And I've
Yeah,
got girls on my team doing the same. And it's just, especially because this month's 3,500, it's so good. It's so
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Like
So
run
good.
for it. So yeah,
Yeah,
do 35% off. I sometimes
yeah,
like when I write the text out to people, I can say 20 to 50% off, because the only thing 50% off is the 30 days to healthy living. That's the only thing that's 50% off if you order through our account. But they can still have
yeah,
access, or they use a host perks. Yeah.
yeah,
So you could do 35% off, or if you wanted to make a little bit, you could do 30% off, and you can either put it through your own account, and then you just bank that extra 5%. Like, it doesn't get paid out by Arbonne, but like you
yeah,
just have a little bit extra in your bank account. So that could be an option. So
yeah,
yeah, you just kind of,
yeah.
I guess, at the end of the day, like figure out what you want to do with your, who you're
With
talking
the
to. Is
discount
it
side of it.
suiting you? And
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, that's cool. I get that now.
So good questions though. Where am I up to? Okay.
I'm like, I have all the questions. I need to know the fine details of
No,
everything.
questions are good though. I think questions are good. Like I'm a different like question person. I like need to know everything that goes on.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
but
me
you
too.
also learn as well. And like the more you do it, the
Yeah,
more, yeah. So it's good to ask questions. So
I
yeah.
am sorry, I'm very quiet because I'm just learning. So
that's all
hence
good.
why I'm not really having no questions at the moment. So
That's
just
all
so
right.
you're
You might
aware.
have questions later, and you can always like feel free to ask me. Are you guys? I think you guys are in the Aussie chat, eh? I think I've seen your names in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ENVP Aussies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Because Sammy's my nation as well, but I'm over in New Zealand. Um,
yeah.
yeah, so we're both in the same chat room, which is, yeah, I've seen your names in there. So are you guys
Yeah.
going to Gold Coast?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
I'm on the sunny coast, yeah.
no, nice. Okay, well, I will see you guys over in the Gold Coast in a couple of weeks. Becoming exciting.
Yeah, it's
Everybody,
creeping up.
I know it's creeping up, and I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to going on some warmer weather. It's cold up here.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so where are we? Okay, so we're in the sale. We've done like the chats, we've done the follow-ups, we've done all the stuff to get people into it. Put a welcome video of yourself, 30 to 45 seconds, like keep it short and simple, and keep it about the sale and like about you. So why you? Because we all know that like people, like we all sell Arbonne, but people will buy it because they love you. And you need to, like, you are your own brand. You are like, never try to copy someone else. Like, just be yourself online and just talk to them why you're doing this business, because that's what it's going to attract people to you. And don't do anything longer than like a minute, because people get bored. It's like, honest to God, people are like instant gratification these days. It has to be like quick, simple. Yeah. And then you do follow-ups into the chat.
Yeah.
So you do like 48 hours out, 24 hours out, 12 hours, 6 hours, and 1 hour. And you're like, they just fire through into the chats of like getting excited, people are coming on. Okay, so then we're moving into the actual sale. So you
Yeah.
guys will know who's in it and do more of what your customers are into. So if they're into nutrition, make sure there's a lot of nutrition in there. And this will be, you should know this
Yeah.
as well, because you've asked the day before what they're interested in or what they've been
Yeah.
looking for. Okay, and make the
Yeah.
sale around about 45 minutes. So, and say that in the chat as well, which they're all in there. I've got a board that like it's all in there. So be
Yeah.
engaging, get some quizzes. People who interact and do the quizzes, or those who are adding friends that and go into a draw to wins free stuff. So that's what I always do, is like, if they're interacting or if they're added people, especially if they've added people, like those new people into your network, and we should really be prompting that, because network marketing is
Yeah.
it's called network marketing for a reason. We've got to always be finding people. So I just use the Boards app, and I'm not sure if you guys got iPhones. I don't know how to do it on a Samsung, but on an iPhone, you can literally find like the Boards app on your keyboard, and you can literally be
Yeah,
on.
I think Loz sent us your board. So Sammy must have sent it to Loz, and then Loz has sent it to us before tonight. So I have seen that.
Yeah.
With your step by step, which was really great.
Yeah. So that's basically what I'm talking about. And you can open that up. It's Boards keyboard. So like your keyboard, like you go text a messenger, there's like this little globe looking thing on the bottom left. And you open it up,
Yeah.
and it opens the board up and it just fires it through. So I'm literally sitting on my couch, just like firing this messenger through.
Yeah.
And yeah, so basically that's that. You just fire it through, keep it going. That's the sale. Like the sale, like the easiest part because it's so quick and it's just done for you. The hardest part's the after. So I'm gonna use some numbers on people, like just stats about this last sale I did in, it would have been in July sometimes, the last month. So I ended up getting a particular sale, ended up being 3,500 QV. And I invited 100 people to this chat. Out of the 100 people I invited, 30 gave me the thumbs up and they wanted to come into the chat. Okay. So it's like a 30%. The day before the sale, I sent another text to those people who hadn't replied or seen the message, and another 8 came back in. Okay, so now I've got 38. 5 people added customers. So I think in total I had 43 people in this chat. Okay. And out of the 43, I had 17 buy. Okay. And the people who bought were like a mixture of, they bought their own on their own end, or they bought just like in combined order with me. So if you think about it, I invited 100 people, 43 ended up in the chat, and 17 bought. So like, we don't like to look at people like numbers, but it really is a numbers game. And if you think that you're not getting enough traction, you honestly are probably just not asking enough people. And like, it's just to be honest, and like you actually, when you start to really get into momentum of talking to people and inviting people, like you actually realize, and when you get like actual traction in your business, like lots of customers and the consultants and all the stuff, like you actually realize that you're probably not talking to enough people initially until you get to that momentum. So just keep asking. It's literally, and the people at the top of the business have probably just talked to a whole lot of more people than us, you know. So that's kind of like some numbers about how to do that. Now the follow-up is massive. So the follow-up could be like, hey Nicola, all the incredible offers are up in the group right now. Was there anything that stood out to you the most? The sales chat will be open up until tomorrow night to have a look through. And just note that I actually asked her a question like, you know, what stood out to you the most? So it's like an open question. It's not like a yes or no. Like she actually has to let me know. And then if, say, the day before the final orders go through, I'll text to her again, say, hey, Nicola, just let me know by Sunday, whatever time I said, if you wanted anything from the sale while everything is super cheap, especially the protein powder that you're interested in, or especially the serum that you've been talking about. And then 48, and then in the actual, so those were private messages, and then in the actual chat, 48 hours out, 24 hours out, and 12 hours out, I always put as a group chat reminder of the final like times. And also, as you're doing this and as your orders are coming through, congratulate anyone who has made an order as they come in, because it gives massive FOMO, fear of missing out, if you don't know, because people are like, oh my gosh, Emily's bought something, oh my gosh, Indy's bought something, Angie's bought something, Lauren's bought something. I'm like, my God, I'm missing out. And so like it creates this massive FOMO, even if it's just like the
are people messaging you like, so in the group chat, are people saying in there, oh hey Emily, can you order me a box of Safe Fears? Are they just doing that to you in the group chat, or are they doing it privately to you?
Right, them to private message you. That way it's
private message your order. So the group chat is for the games and the fun, and any orders, please private message me. Is that?
Yeah. So in the group chat as well, it's like where the sale will go in as well. And then
yeah.
And then at the end you can be like, or at the start and the end you can, which is in the template, you can say private message me, or I will. But also you need to actually follow everyone in the chat, whether they like
follow them. That's everyone in them. Yeah.
Like, everyone who's in that chat needs to follow up, because people get lazy and they'll just forget. So follow up, honestly, the money with anything is in follow up, but being nice about it, but also talking how it's in with them. So so when you put through the sale, I think I just said this before, but you can use a dummy account. So you set up, I've got my husband set up as a customer, and because CQV also goes towards your AIT points. So making sure you put this through a dummy account. You'll also be able to claim a free gift, which you can either use for yourself or for prizes, and you'll get paid through this customer account as well. Just remember, if you use Post Perks Awards in the customer account, you don't get paid on that, but you will get a QV. And also just note that if you guys do a build for more, so for example, if you put it through a customer account and they get over that 30% threshold, because they usually get 20% off. If they get to the 30% threshold, the QV goes down a little bit, and it does it in our account too. So like I never go over that, because I'd rather QV. QV is everything, especially when you got goals to go for. And so once the sale is over, put a free gift or something nice in the chat as incentives for others to run a sale for you. And this is a really good one, not just for sales, but like in person Discover Arbonne's or Coffee and Connects or sip and samples or whatever you do at home. Always have like a little gift bag. Like I always have like little gift bags. I don't know if you can see it with a blurred screen. Of, hey, if you'd love to run one of these, just say something. If you'd love to run one of these sales again, I've got a discount code for your next order, or I've got a free bag of protein for your next order. And these freebies can literally come from all those orders that you've done through joint orders from the sale. It's so easy. And then you're tapping into that person's network. And then, so you can do an online party. And honestly, it's so easy. You just have to get them to invite it. You can send them the invite messages for your friends to send to put into a chat. Like, it's so good to duplicate, and it's so good to build your network. So that's kind of like all my notes for it. I'm gonna have to send the boards out, but if you have any questions, just let me know, because there's blah 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 blah.
I wish I missed some of it. I wish I lucky to recorded it. Sorry, my son took the button up for the internet, so it literally turned off. That's where I went for about 10 minutes. India, Ange, do you have any questions at all?
I think Emily's answered all my questions. So I think I'm just need to do one now, really.
Yeah, it's exciting.
You know how you go.
Yeah, for sure. I am excited. So thank you so much for doing this for us, Emily. I really, really appreciate it. Hey.
Yeah, it's really good to learn a little bit more. Obviously, just really fresh in it. Still learning the words to use and the jargon in regards to what means what and that sort of stuff. So it's good to learn. So thank you.
Yeah, honestly, it's all learning. Like, I feel like the biggest advice I can give anyone in this business is just like go for it, because like the more you do something, the better you'll get. And even if you fail, like you only learn when you do something wrong, or you only learn if you like say something wrong, or you only learn, but if you do it, you'll never learn. So you could do this and could be a complete effort, but you go again and you go again and you go again and you go again and you go again. Oh my God, the amount of times I've gone again. So just keep going, honestly.
Yeah. It's like dusting yourself off and just keep going.
Yeah, because a lot of this business is about personal growth, isn't it, Emily? It's a huge part of it is the personal growth part. Like, you're literally evolving as a person the whole way.
The best audio or book I've ever read, and I still even had to refer back to it today for something, is Get Over Your Damn Self.
I was listening to that today. Yes, it's the best. So good.
So good. Honestly, it's so good. People refer GoPro, but like GoPro is good, but it's so boring.
Yeah.
It's
It's more about the network marketing, just yeah. So and what I'm gonna do is, I don't know if I have with you as well, Indy, I'll send you a list of some amazing audios to listen to, which is definitely for the personal development side of things. That one is an amazing one. I actually listened to some of it today. I loved her. I thought she was, yeah, it's my favorite audio as well. You got the millionaire mindset. There's so many, but I'll send that out to you too, Ange and Indy. Because actually been doing it for like a week and a half. So she's so new and she's doing so amazing. She's got a launch after this tonight as well, aren't you? Don't you, Ange?
Is that you?
Yeah.
A week and a half. Oh my God, you're so
Gotta try.
She's yeah, and look at, she's all in and doing amazingly.
Good work. Honestly,
Yeah.
I remember being new and I love it. Do you know why? Because you talked to no one. Like you've got so many people to talk to, and
Yeah.
so many people are like, it's like a gift you've got. And like, I hope you'll come into convention and the conference in a couple of weeks' time, because it will change your life. It's
No.
exciting. It's events change your life, and just go get there. Absorb it all. Jump on training. Best advice: jump on trainings. Don't miss a training. People who show up to training make the business work.
Yeah,
100%.
no, it's all good. Thanking you.
Consistency.
Okay,
It's
guys.
good encouragement.
Girl, do you mind sending the recording through, gorgeous? Because I know Beck and Margie are super keen, and I'm super keen to listen to it because I missed half of it as well. So thank you so much, hon. Really appreciate your time. So the girls are going to be doing some sales soon. So amazing.
Yes, let me know how it goes.
Yeah.
I will. Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Bye.
See you, bye.
Bye, hon.